Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. In this week's episode, we're going to look at movies dealing with revenge. So, I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushnow.
I'm Dylan Walker.
Ben Riley.
And as you guys notice, we don't have Nick with us. He is he's busy doing things. He just wasn't able to record with us, so we're having our pal Dylan sit in for him. It's a big seat to fill. Are you going to be able... It's a shitty big seat to fill.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and fill the character.
Just be
accordingly. Huge heel.
So
did you watch the movies or did you read Wikipedia?
Yeah, I actually joked with Emily today, like I should have just not watched the movies and read the synopsis.
Told a real Nick. He won't even listen to this, so we can talk as much
Probably
shit as
not.
possible.
Oh, I guarantee you won't.
Dude, if he doesn't listen to this,
We'll see. Well, this is a test. Don't
that
say
would be
anything
incredible.
to him. This is a test. So we'll start with Dylan. What have you been reading or watching, or what have you been doing?
I saw The Arrival last night, and I was actually really blown away. It was totally a beautiful movie. In line, these guys behind us were convinced that Amy Winehouse was the lead, not Amy Adams. I kind of curled up into a fetal position and wanted to kill myself. And then a couple gross rednecks sat next to us and almost derailed the movie. But it was unbelievable. Such a cool sci-fi movie. Really cool, creepy soundtrack, and I don't know. It was really enjoyable. And I'm reading this book called The Loom of Ruin. I got from a friend a couple weeks ago. It was written by this guy, Sam McPheeters. He used to sing for this band called Born Against.
Okay.
It's this really crazy movie about this book. Book.
It's a movie in my head.
This brain-addled Asian American, he was shot in the head by the LAPD, and all he can feel is rage. So he's kind of guided by that, and he's just kind of wrecking people the entire course of the book.
That seems like it works with this
fits
theme
in.
of that definitely works with. But what did you watch?
Last week I rewatched David Fincher's The Game.
Oh, cool.
Which was pretty cool. I love basically everything about the movie except for the end. I cannot get past
where it was just it's a joke. Is that what
basically
you
it's a birthday party.
It's pretty
yeah,
wild.
and I'm because I'm thinking throughout the whole movie, it just doesn't add up because there's so many times he could have actually died.
Yeah.
All for the sake of a birthday party.
Yeah.
I guess that's part of the point, but still, it's just so absurd. But everything else is so effective.
It looks good.
It looks good. It feels great.
Yeah.
So much mood and atmosphere in that one.
Was this the Criterion?
Yes.
Ooh, did you buy it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I've
that's
only
awesome.
seen it once, but I think I agree with you about the
Did
end.
we watch
I never
it?
really thought about it.
Did we
though,
watch
too
it at the
much.
theater one time? I feel like I saw it on the theater.
I don't know. I didn't. I don't.
We
think-
watched 7.
Okay.
That's the Fincher
Yeah,
movie
I feel like-
remember.
I'm sure Nick tried to make me watch it. He's a big Douglas head. But yeah, I like that movie too. And you saw Arrival?
Yes, I
Also?
also thought Arrival was great. It definitely it's hard to compare it. If there's any single sci-fi movie I think I could compare it to, it's Close Encounters, but it's
Just because that's what it's dealing with.
yeah, but
communication.
exactly. But I don't think any other sci-fi movie I've ever seen really has this kind of perspective.
Wow,
You
that's
know, and
exciting.
I thought that was very interesting. It almost feels like a small movie, which
Okay.
is cool
yeah,
too.
Yeah,
And
I haven't seen it yet.
And
so.
if you can believe it, Nick did not care for it.
Which is infuriating.
Well, because he kept talking to us about it. I mean, this is what this episode's gonna be. It's just us talking shit. On
looking to get a rise out of you.
Well, he talked to us about it where he's like, I don't know how to feel. Like when I looked at the rating, it was PG.
Man.
It's
Once again.
PG-13 or it was R, and it just
Like-
said language, and he's like, I don't know how to feel about it. It's not like
He thought it was Prometheus or something. I don't know.
He
It
wants-
doesn't.
every new alien to come to the Earth, he just wants to fucking shoot at with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I'm
man.
assuming because there was no action.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a pretty big twist in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's not hidden. It's not hard to get. It pretty much tells you what it is.
Uh-huh.
But he didn't know that happened at all. So he wasn't paying too much attention.
and he kept going on about how the ship looked like the top of a Burger King bun.
Yeah, he
you know
thinks
what
it
I
looks like
I
That's
mean,
all
he's
he can
trying
think
to relate
about.
it to his life.
Yeah.
You know what I do like?
He was literally paying more attention to the Browns Ravens game.
Yeah, he was on his phone.
On his
a
phone.
lot.
Oh,
the whole
okay.
time.
So maybe like
Like every other movie.
every movie, he wants a rewatch. He'll be like, "Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I like it."
it's certainly slow, but
yeah,
There-
slow does not mean boring.
no,
Yeah.
not at
Yeah,
all.
slow doesn't mean
and
bad.
it pays off. So
If you have any interest in aliens, if you like any kind of atmosphere in your
Yeah.
movies, there's no way you can't enjoy this movie, though.
Well, is there like a guy in a bat suit?
No, so I
Is there-
guess
Is there Danny Elfman
He said,
music?
in his,
Danny
in his
DeVito
letterbox
was not in
review,
the
he says
movie.
the aliens look like the Thing from Addams Family. Isn't the
Did
Thing
he
a
say-
hand?
He did say that, didn't
That-
Well,
he?
the
that doesn't
bottom-
make it-
Cousin, yeah.
that leads me
Yeah.
to believe that he probably wasn't watching the scene where they revealed like the whole body. If he just saw the hands, like
I
the
think it was just
phalanges or
something
whatever.
stupid he was saying.
Like he would
Well-
have had to have seen like one frame, basically.
Well, he did. This was a correct thing when he saw Conjuring 2. He said the bad guy looks
Is
like
this a Nick podcast?
yeah, looks like Mr. Peanut. So. he definitely was right on that. Ben, what did you watch or read or do?
This week, I'm not going to go into it too much. I was a little depressed this week for
sure.
certain reasons.
Yeah, we're broadcasting out of Canada.
But so I decided to watch one of my favorite movies of all time. I watched the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good pick me up.
Yeah.
Yep, it definitely was. I would have watched more of them,
Yeah.
but I watched it this morning, and it's obviously was the
You
extended
probably
edition.
just got done with it.
Pretty much.
It's like
About-
comfort food.
Yeah,
I always
for sure.
forget about that. Even the first extended edition is almost 4 hours long.
Wow.
It goes really fast.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I don't know if I think I have.
I haven't watched them in a long time.
Yeah, I don't remember which
I
versions
always
I
mean to
watched.
pick up that Blu-ray trilogy
The
set.
gold
but
box.
Well, I was
thing.
talking to Ben about this. Walmart has all 6 of them. I think they're all theatrical though, but it has Hobbits and
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So I mean that'd be, and it was like $40
Oh, wow, that's not expensive. at all.
Blu-ray. So it's definitely worth if you just want the theatrical. Probably.
I,
pick
I
up.
will say for my box set though, I don't know if this one has the
Mhm.
stuff, but there are so many bonus features.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you there's probably about 15 to 20 hours of
Yeah,
bonus features
that's crazy.
between the 3.
Yeah.
And they're like good bonus features, like full-length documentaries
Like
and
behind,
that.
super
yeah.
behind the scenes.
It's
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
awesome.
not like a trailer.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
like a small video of just
Yeah.
like Peter Jackson just like eating a subway or something.
I'd buy that. That's something that would like actually make me buy a physical copy of that. though.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Yeah.
As a guy that does not want to buy physical media.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you watch?
What did I watch? Okay. I watched a little bit ago. I watched A Field in England for the first time.
Oh, that's cool.
Ben Wheatley's Field in England. He did Kill List, Dylan, which
Oh,
is like a
yeah.
big thing that you love. And I think I definitely recommend this for you. It's like a Puritan like era. It's during the English Civil War. So these guys, have like pikes and like muskets and buckles on their hats and shit. And it's super trippy. And again, it's the Wheatley violence and there's moments that are scary. It's just I've really enjoyed it.
What's the language like? Is it
It's-
like The Witch kind of that
Yeah,
kind
but
of thing?
it's not as bad.
Yeah.
It's not as like it's bad, but it's not as like
extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it, but not as much as you. I think it takes a real long time to kind of get
It
anywhere,
does.
and
it
I
goes
was kind
back and forth. I feel
yeah,
I see that.
Yeah.
I just it was short and sweet to me.
it's literally like the whole movie is like a field in England.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean? You
I-
are sitting in that field.
and
yeah.
I think it's it's really cool. 'Cause
Yeah,
he made
yeah.
it with like friends, basically.
yeah, just a few people, and
Yeah.
it is super trippy
And
near
the
the end. It
effects
gets
are,
it
like,
gets pretty wild.
the like the camera effects and the editing. But yeah, it's very rough.
Right.
Things aren't making sense.
Right.
like-
I would think it would be something he made before Kill List and these
Yeah,
other movies,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Is
That
it streaming anywhere?
yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
I think you would
Oh.
like that. I definitely think you would like that. And
Sounds
I think
interesting.
Dylan would like it.
Sounds
It's-
something.
The end is just fucking insane with
super
like,
excited about his new
these guys.
movie.
So these soldiers basically find mushrooms in this field and they eat these mushrooms and this guy who's like leading them basically takes control of them and has them dig for gold.
Psychotropic.
And
mushroom.
and it just gets fucked from there. And
That's
it's
amazing.
It's awesome.
That sounds amazing. What's
Yeah.
his new movie?
I
Free-
think,
Free
looking up.
Fire?
yeah, Free Fire. It's basically like a 90-minute shootout.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty insane.
Yep.
People loved
And
it.
people
at
really
Toronto.
loved it.
Yeah.
I still need to see High Rise.
I was not a big fan personally.
It didn't high rise you?
It did not rise my.
Who's in that? Is that Tom Hiddleston?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
okay.
It's a great concept. Great idea.
Yeah.
It's
Not-
like didn't we
Did it
kind of
make you wanna
talk
read the
about
book?
it?
No, not particularly. I'm sure the book is really good.
Wasn't
though.
it kind of like Shivers? Didn't we talk
Mhm.
about
Yeah,
that back
exactly.
with Shivers?
Yeah,
Yep,
Shitters.
we did.
Yeah, Shitters.
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 Another shout out.
I do like Sightseers a lot though.
Sightseers.
He has
was
some good
awesome.
movies, yeah.
And that first one I didn't love though.
What's
it was like
that one?
The crime. It was like a family crime drama, but it was like a dark comedy.
He
I
did
didn't
some
love.
Doctor Who.
Did he?
Yeah,
That's cool.
He
I
was
actually
famous
can't-
for
I
like
can't
a
remember
YouTube
which ones,
video,
though.
Yeah.
wasn't he? Like where
Yeah,
somebody
Charlie
like
bit my finger. He directed.
he was seriously famous for like a YouTube video.
He directed Charlie bit my finger. So Ben, what did we watch?
All right, the first movie we watched was Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. It was directed by Park Chan-wook. It was written by Jae Soon Lee, Jong Young Lee, Moo Young Lee, and Park Chan-wook. It was released in 2002. It stars Kang Ho Song, Hai Kyun Shin, and Duna Bae. The plot synopsis is a recently laid off factory worker kidnaps his former boss's daughter, hoping to use the ransom money to pay for his sister's kidney transplant. The Rotten Tomatoes score is 54% with an average rating of 6.2 out of 10.
Now I'm gonna pull a Nick. What? On the Rotten Tomatoes?
He'd probably celebrate.
Yeah, he'd
he'd probably be celebrating
yeah.
right now.
I'm gonna confess. I love Park Chan-wook. You guys probably know that, so that's why I made us watch it. This is definitely. I think most of his movies are movies I try to push on people, just because they're so entertaining and so.
That's such an extreme push, though.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Like, hey, hi, normal person.
Hey, what do you think about Achilles' heel?
Yeah, you want to see a guy that literally fetishizes mental torment?
So, but yeah, all his movies I love. Even like his earlier ones where they're not as well received, I still love. There's just something that really clicks between from like what they're about and also the style he goes about, because there's definitely like lightheartedness in his movies.
There's
a
a lot of absurdity.
Yeah, and then the next scene is like an artery being slashed or something like that. So,
but that's funny.
Yeah.
So when he does it and he's like, "Don't pull it out," when he just pulls it out, and it's funny.
And it turns into like a Lady Snowblood scene where it just
Yeah.
sprays against the wall. So that's my little confession. So I love. I'm gonna start from the top where I just fucking love this movie.
Well, this is the first of his Vengeance trilogy, right?
Yeah, before Old Boy.
Yep.
Yep.
So he has three. They're like don't really tie together.
No, just
It's thematically.
Just thematically.
Yeah,
I mean, all
thematically.
of his movies. I'm not saying all of them, but there's even his newest one, Handmaiden, has to do with revenge.
Yeah, I have to revisit a lot of his movies because, like, I don't remember anything about Thirst besides that guy jumping on from building to building.
Yeah, and that was like a one that people were like mad about because it's just about taste. If you wanna
And Stoker, that was him, right? Stoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to watch that again because I watched it and that was just about it with Yeah,
I've only seen Old Boy, but I like that one a lot.
I feel like I made you watch it.
That's a rough. I remember seeing that movie the first
You
time.
watched the Spike Lee one, right?
No,
Yeah, of
I
course.
haven't seen that one actually.
But what were you saying, Dylan?
That was the first one of Wook's movies that I'd seen.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what he was about, but all my friends were all about it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
And I think with this movie, like something that I thought at least struck a chord with me a little more was I think at least in this one a little more than the others, like the motivation for both protagonist and antagonist definitely is like really rooted in love. And you could say that for some of the other movies for sure.
Yeah.
But these are like two people that honestly to me aren't bad people at all.
No.
But they're like you can see what this loss and this torment does to them.
Yeah.
But they're good people, and really, I think the message, like to the
They're,
viewer, was like
desperate.
like,
Yeah.
like love is a very important.
I think
Yeah,
you could
to
argue
these
whether
people.
they're bad or good, but I
Well,
do
well,
think
it's
they're.
definitely
I
more
think
than
Their
we-
hearts are in
capable,
their
more
capable
right
maybe.
place.
but
yeah,
not
like we can
inherently
understand
evil either.
we can understand why they feel justified in getting revenge. You know what I mean? We understand why
Yeah.
he wants to kill because of what happened to his daughter.
Yeah.
And that's President Park. Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we understand why Ryu wants to get revenge. See, I actually, when I was watching it, I thought it was going to go a different way.
Wow.
I thought it was going to go a different way, and then it went another way, and then it went back to the way I thought it was
What
going
way
to.
did you think?
Because I thought
may
it was
have
going to end
that.
up being just a revenge movie about him getting revenge on the people who cheated him out of his.
Yeah.
See,
same.
Yeah,
when
felt the
when
same
his
way.
kidney was stolen.
Yeah.
you mean?
Exactly,
Yeah, that's what I
exactly.
thought too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess this is like my fourth time watching this movie. Did things surprise you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a little. I want to talk a little bit about the detect, like the actual cops in this movie.
Okay.
Because what are they doing? Like they're just
They're
is it
idiots.
like that tip? Yeah, it's like the
They're
typical
just
dumb cops.
They're following these incidences. That's all they're doing. You
But
know what I
not
mean?
they
Yeah.
don't really know anything.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, they're always
clueless.
behind. And I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
characters know things that they don't, and
Yeah.
they won't reveal them. But it seems like President Park is tagging along
Yeah.
a lot. So I thought that was interesting.
I don't really know how the South Korean police work, but yeah, it didn't really make that, like their mannerisms and how they conducted their business didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
I
They're
think it's
not
kind,
re-
like
like,
they,
it's
did
like
they
they're not
ever
real
did they
cops.
ever talk about the idea that he was a disgruntled employee?
They
A little
yeah,
bit.
yeah they figured
Because
out
I know
they
go to that
follow-
one guy.
Yeah, they follow the other guy who starts
slashing
hacking his own
belly.
belly, which was really
Who
gross.
hasn't been
But
there?
Yeah. That's how I quit Lowe's.
yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the moment where he says he doesn't know if anybody would seek revenge against him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? After he finds his daughter, and I'm also surprised that they didn't find Ryu's sister there when they're like,
Yeah,
on
she's
the
like just under
excavating.
a bed of rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like on the rewatch, that's where I was like I was like,
right. I think
that's-
there's so much going on to follow that it can get away with it.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah.
But
yeah. I now this is it's so like he creates like real universes. I feel like this is like these are real people or real characters. And Edgar the cat just came down. But yeah, I just everything is detailed. I think the acting is great in this.
Yeah, I agree.
I
It's-
definitely think, like you're saying, I think it definitely invites us to this culture. It
Yeah.
seems very real.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Everything just seems believable, no matter how like absurd
Outlandish,
or
yeah.
outlandish it
You're
is.
just like dropped into it.
Yeah, and I think that relationship between Ryu's girlfriend is very like touching to me.
Same
And
with the sister.
yeah,
It's
and then also
beautiful.
his sister. Yeah, it's just like these, and it's it doesn't like there's not many there's not a lot of dialogue to give you. We've been together for 10 years. I can't believe this is our stuff like that. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
talk about that, but you just feel it between these connections between the characters. And I
Right.
think that's very strong.
right. I agree completely.
And this is kind of one of those movies too where it's like no matter what like someone does, it just keeps going wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
one wrong thing after
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
another
you're just
after
pulling out your
another.
hair.
Every
Yeah.
Yeah,
decision.
like a Cohen's movie almost.
Very Coen.
Yeah,
Yeah. Everybody's human. Everybody is imperfect, and they run off emotions and not logic. Yeah, and it's funny you brought up the cop thing because I was like, yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but like I've seen a lot of like South Korean movies where like the cops aren't
Cops are clueless. I
yeah,
don't know.
like Memoirs of a Murder, where it takes like 20 years to never figure out who this killer is. Yeah, it's that's funny, but I think it looks beautiful. It's so textured.
Definitely.
The first time I really thought it looked good was it was the shot with like the guy on the chair or like on the chair outside, you know what I mean? And his like pants are pulled
Oh
down.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like that.
There's
big,
a wide shot,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of like the pants, like it's funny.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
like the weird
It's-
kind of
yeah,
absurd shit.
this weird absurd humor that's still like humanistic. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that instead of this stuff being distracting, it makes you focus more, such as the people jerking off, listening to the room,
Yeah.
and the guy with some sort of disability at the
yeah.
lake or something.
Mhm.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
so strange.
It's
It's
strange,
very
Yeah, it's
strange.
very strange.
His
it just
humor
makes
is
you
strange.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
And
it definitely never lets you leave lose your engagement throughout. you know?
Fascinatingly
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
And like there's something the way he uses like our senses, the sound is very good, and he chooses, to let us hear things to learn, you know what I mean? Just like and like there's a lot of twists like plot wise, but also like style where you hear moans and like yells, and these guys are jerking off to these moans and yells and thinking it's people having sex, and it's
It's literally
his
someone
sister
like
in pain,
That scene is like, honestly, if there's a really memorable scene in that movie that could transcend past the movie, that's it. That's
And
really heavy.
Maybe there's something there, like these people in pain, and we're like enjoying this pain
mean,
or being entertained by this pain. I mean, that's
totally.
definitely the. Yeah, you're right. That's definitely
Wook's
like
movies.
Yeah, Yeah, most revenge movies, no matter what, there's violence or pain, and like there's some sort of entertainment we're getting from it, So.
Dude, how about the score? Like most of the time, obviously no music, but when it does come out,
it's
it like
real
builds the
wacky.
climax. It's like squonking saxophone,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Soren style almost.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, I did
it's
notice
so out
that.
there.
Yeah,
And even like the ambience when he's in the factory. I know like he's mute, so he can't hear it, but it's still just like I don't know. It was really cool, and I thought they really nailed like the perspective of like a mute. Deaf man.
It's I think it's subtle too. Like with their
it's definitely subtle. I agree.
Like I don't want to say like
they don't try to use it so much as like a stylistic device.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a crutch.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it feels like a human problem,
right.
but he's not like helpless as we watch as he fucking pounds a guy in the head with a baseball bat. Do we want to talk about any of the like the set pieces, any of the violence, or anything that stuck out with you guys?
I don't think this one's as violent as some of his other movies, obviously.
Like, Old Boy. Like, yeah. Is there anything as worse as like the tongue thing in Old Boy?
I mean, that was up there for sure. Something I really liked with Wook's movies that I was also thinking about while watching this one is like, he always tends to like he'll create a bond between like I guess you could call it a protagonist and an antagonist, but then like Jordan had said, he'll like double it back up and then triple the bond like with these twists. So by the end of it, the story is woven together so many times over that these guys are just like so bound. It's amazing. Like when they're waiting for each other in their houses, each of their houses that they're in, he always just I don't know. I always see him doing things like that.
These
it's cool.
small little twists.
It really ties it together.
Yeah. It makes it like I'm not like comparing it, but like it feels like almost like Shakespearean. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
This tragedy,
it's grand scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely stuck between two perspectives.
Yeah.
That are both right and wrong.
Yeah.
In their justification.
And there's something with this one that clicks with me more than say his other ones that I love Old Boy. This Old Boy is the one that turned me on to Korean, like that new wave of Korean cinema. But there's something with like the connection between Ryu and like I'm not saying me, but like I clicked with that. It's just like this like desperation. He's just trying to do his best, and he just feels stuck. And there's just something where you can kind of relate to stuff like that,
You feel empathy for both of these people,
and it's just it's super touching and tragic what happens to both, and
killed by gang members.
Yeah. The end is just like. Well, the cycle.
That group of anarchists kind of remind me of like they look like they're like the Korean version of like a Kevin Smith crew or something. They have like the weird haircuts and the facial hair, and I'm
that's funny. He uses a lot of the same actors, so I think those guys were all like throughout the Vengeance trilogy.
Well, they kind of play that off earlier that she was the only member of like this group, like when the cops find stuff, but clearly. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't have all the info.
And like you don't know if she's just bluffing to just try to get out,
That's why I think that twist works at the end because you do kind of think she's bluffing. And then all of a sudden
out of nowhere this like SUV shows up and like six dudes comes out.
Lying.
Yeah. I don't know that they needed to literally say like they tell you. You know what I mean? Because I think we get it as soon as they come out and then they have to, explain it to us. I'm not sure about that.
It's funny you just brought that up because I was just going to say he doesn't like spoon feed because there's moments that get confusing, but that part is a little like...
Yeah. I think there's a little spoon feeding going on.
That's a little on the nose.
But at the beginning, I was like, it's a little like confusing, like who's who and like what their relationship is.
Right. There are moments where I kind of mixed up the sister and the girlfriend.
Yeah.
At the beginning for sure.
Yeah.
There's something I didn't get. Do you guys know what triggered the sister to kill herself? What was that? What was the paper that she had gotten? What was he doing?
She killed herself because of the kidnapping.
She knew he.
So she didn't realize.
No.
That's what I was wondering.
That is a kind of confusing, like the whatever the paper
she didn't
was.
Realize.
She thought they were just like watching his boss's daughter. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
But I think didn't the paper say basically that he was let go or whatever?
Yeah,
she didn't know about that either.
No,
so she probably didn't know he accidentally sold his kidney.
And
paid them for it.
I love that scene where
when
the
shit
person
out
cleans out the bathroom.
Yeah, and
takes all the stickers and they just come in and start putting
those
them
two
up.
large dudes are just putting the stickers back up.
Promoting.
Yeah. Advertising.
Well, going back to the violence thing, this isn't like super violent, but it really you kind of talked about it earlier. But when he gets his Achilles slashed,
Who doesn't cringe at that? That's awful.
I think
Pet Cemetery style.
All the violence is so fucking effective, and I don't think. I mean, I'm squeamish, but I guess I'm maybe desensitized to it, like where
something.
Probably,
where I'm just like. I'm not like offended by violence, I guess. And
it's gotta be ultra violence.
Yeah. Like,
come on.
I think it's interesting how it's done in water, so he has to try and wade through it.
That's
very
that's
awkward.
even worse.
It like throws off your equilibrium, like even watching it.
And it I think the violence, develops character in this movie. Is developing character. It doesn't seem pointless.
Never.
No.
I mean, even also in the gore, like it shows the autopsy of a little girl basically, and it shows his face, and it shows the initial cut of the stomach.
Right.
And
Why
he's
did he
watching.
watch
Yeah,
the
why? Yeah, I was
autopsy?
confused by that.
Yeah,
Why he was watching
me
it?
too.
He's a powerful man who gets to basically do what he
Yeah,
wants.
but why would you want
Maybe
to?
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah.
What is wrong with
Maybe
you?
he feels like he was wrong for letting it happen.
Even
or
so, I don't
something.
know.
Yeah.
Like nothing can justify that to me. Like
Yeah.
that is behavior that I actually don't understand from a human being.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Like have the autopsy performed, but
Yeah.
like, don't sit in there and watch
And just
it.
watch it and just
Come
yeah.
on.
And then he watches the sisters too.
But that's fine.
And he's just yawning. He's bawling. It just makes me laugh where he's like bawling watching his daughter, of course.
Well, that kind of is like contradictory to that character later on because he feels sympathy for the man he has to kill.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know what I mean? But he doesn't really care early on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just still in like rage mode or something.
Yeah, very true. What did you guys think about that kind of dream sequence where
with the daughter?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, I
like
like
It's
that.
really effective. And
Yeah.
then, like the water's dripping.
Yeah.
I think those small details definitely are.
It's very sad.
Yeah. It's just a fucking tragic movie.
Little kids dying in anything always kind
Yeah.
of wrecks
And-
me a little
and
bit.
you-
Fucks
and
me
you-
up.
Especially when
And you
when,
love that little girl too.
Yeah, especially
Dude,
she
yeah,
dies
she's
so
great.
coincidentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There was
Yeah.
she shouldn't like. That's what I was saying earlier about it's just like
That
stupid
bad
guy was
things
just trying to
keep
steal.
happening.
Yeah.
Cosmic bad luck.
Yeah. She and it's like terribly ironic where she's like they would take pictures of her like at a swimming lesson, you know what I mean? And then she dies by drowning. It's just it's painful irony. This is a movie I love. I think I like it more than Old Boy and Lady.
Oh, wow.
Vengeance actually.
Me too.
Yeah, it's just not by much because they're movies I both love. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Ooh,
Nice.
first 5.
Yeah.
Is that the first? No, Nick gave Halloween a 5.
Oh yeah, but
So
that
wait a
doesn't
second.
count.
You're saying that this movie is perfect. How can you do that?
Well, I'll wait till your guys' ratings and then bitch about your guys' ratings. So
I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
okay,
Okay.
It could move up. I need to see it more.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I liked it a
This is
lot,
a movie
though.
that clicks with me.
I gave it a 4.
Cool.
I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Mm.
I think it's my favorite of his movies. I think his movies are really emotionally draining, so I wouldn't watch them all the time.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm
there.
gonna flick on.
Huge fan. Feel a lot of things when I watch them. I
Yeah.
think it's beautiful. I can't actually like find anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
and it's my favorite of them. So
Yeah.
4.5.
I think it's interesting that it's your favorite. Not and just because a lot of like the consensus I read, like even on like IMDb or Letterboxd, is that it's
the
their
weakest.
least favorite
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
3.
I mean,
so
What
I
is
just
that
think it's
fan base
interesting.
looking for though?
I
Yeah,
think
I don't
it's,
know.
Maybe they're
I
disappointed
think in
that it
terms
doesn't
of
have.
what his taste is.
Yeah.
Structurally, it's kind of the most like.
What your taste?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's like a detective aspect.
Yeah,
to it.
I just
Yeah.
think I just thought it was interesting.
And
So
I
like it.
really like that the Ryu character. I think it's really cool that he's. I think it's cool that. I mean, you could say he's badass. You know what I mean? He seems like a normal human. Really though, like he's a
Goes to
normal
any
human
lengths
being,
to
and
save his sister.
Yeah, and he's also like a disabled, person. He
Right,
has
right.
Yeah.
these problems that he has to deal with, and he overcomes them and gets his revenge.
Frankly, he's a machine.
Yeah.
Like, gets
That-
his kidney taken out, he's just right back in action.
Yeah.
He's working in a factory to save his sister. He'll do anything.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
her.
I got that factory job recently, so hopefully,
Are you
hopefully-
making little metal pieces like he does?
little plastic pieces. So
Tranquilizer darts.
yeah, so watch out.
You would have had a way easier time than he would have. Because
Yeah.
you would have just.
Yeah, I have access to.
You could hear. You have access to hearing.
Yeah, and I know Nick Leyland.
It would have been an unfair slant.
So yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It's a cool movie.
I
so
need to check out the lady one.
That one's definitely.
It's a lot more polished looking.
It's more polished.
It's the newest one, right?
Yeah.
Out of the three.
Yep. And it's very showy. There's there's a big complaint about his movies where people take offense to his like showmanship. People say maybe he's like showing off a little too much because his later movies become very like showy. There's a lot of flashbacks in Lady Vengeance and weird plot structure. And but I mean it's a really good one too.
Cool.
Yeah. I like that one. This fucking really makes me excited for Handmaiden because I was talking to friends in Philly last night and they were like, "Oh, we need to see Handmaiden," and I'm just like, "God damn it!"
It's always.
Is it there right now?
It might be. It just came out like last week.
Yeah, it's pretty
that's awesome.
limited.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I've seen some people say it's his best.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I still need to see JSA, and which is his, most
I
acclaimed.
didn't know he made that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
This is like most acclaimed, and
What's it like? Joint
security
something?
guys.
Yeah.
No, it's like JSA, which it has to do with the area between North Korea and South Korea. But I don't know too much about it. But yeah, this gets me excited. Maybe I'll get back into a Korean movie phase. So we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna go look for Nick. Hey Ben, so what's the next movie?
We're gonna be our second movie. We're gonna be talking about Rolling Thunder. It was directed by John Flynn, written by Paul Schrader and Haywood Gold. It was released in 1977 and stars William Devane, Tommy Lee Jones, and Linda Haynes. The plot synopsis is Major Charles Rain comes back from the war and is given a number of gifts from his hometown because he is a war hero. Some greedy thugs decide that they want to steal a number of silver dollars from him. In the process, they also manage to kill his wife and son and destroy his hand. The Major wants revenge. Rotten Tomatoes score of 85% and an average rating of 6.9 out of 10.
So,
does he want revenge?
I gotta tell you, with the silver dollar thing, that whole thing, it seems like they're so worthless kind of, and they go to very high depths to get them.
Dude.
And I couldn't really.
They murder his family
I did
for
not
2,500 silver dollars.
I did not expect
agree.
They shot a little
to
kid
shoot them at the end. Yeah. Yeah.
for 2,500 silver dollars.
Ruthless.
People, ruthless, fucking stupid,
Ruthless morons.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely. Their motivation
This movie
seems
might be a little racist.
Okay. Initially,
I know some of the guys are not Mexican.
well, yeah, it makes Mexicans look bad.
Right.
But initially, I think it was a little thing that got lost in translation. Paul Schrader wrote it, and he wanted Rain, Charles Rain,
Yeah.
to be racist. He wanted him to kill Mexicans and minorities and stuff like that. He wanted this guy to be crazier than he is in this movie, and I think it got cleaned up a little bit. So I think that
a lot.
Yeah.
It feels
So I think maybe that's what did it,
right. Like Travis Bickle is racist.
Yeah.
And it feels like a kind of more detached,
But the
less
movie
stylized.
itself isn't racist.
Okay, that's. I don't think the characters act out in racial hatred.
Yeah.
So much as the movie shows
Just
me.
underlying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
So
no-
it-
there's no good
the Mexican
characters.
characters.
Yeah,
are totally written in a racist.
And they're
Yeah.
they're actually just looks like white dudes in brown face anyway.
yeah, exactly. And not all of them are Mexican.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
It's
important
like,
to know.
It's like
but
border
it's-
town,
Yeah.
Tex-Mex mixture of
Right.
of people. But yeah, I definitely that has passed my mind.
Right.
And also, I do think there's like things with I think they're just things that need developed. I think things got a little rushed.
I think knowing Paul Schrader and knowing Taxi Driver,
Mm-hmm.
that this guy's making a movie that has no intention of being racist, but he's trying to present kind of like similar to The Election.
Gross, dirty.
The kind of people
Yeah.
who are represented and have anger and they're just so detached. This movie obviously is a lot less stylized than Taxi Driver, and I think it plays very dry. Mm-hmm. But I do think it is effective. It takes a while to get there, but once you realize kind of where it's going, it works. Because even after his family gets murdered, it doesn't seem like he cares all that much.
It doesn't seem like he doesn't really care about anything.
No. Yeah. I think that's the point.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I do too.
Blank slate.
And I think this is just
shell-shocked.
Yeah, shell-shocked PTSD. I think this is he only cares about his son. And
right.
I think this whole revenge thing is just an excuse for him to go to another war in his, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
a good point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He has his one.
It's exactly like Travis Bickle.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight against something.
Give me a fucking excuse to shoot you, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why Tommy Lee Jones literally runs to his aid the second he's asked. You know what I mean?
You mean Josh Hartnett? Because let's talk about that conspiracy.
Okay.
Are they related
together? And he's like, man, that Tommy Lee Jones.
They look exactly.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Well,
I can see
that.
Check this
now
out.
here's a real question.
We're gonna have to post this online.
Yeah. Show notes.
It's
just a fucking picture of
Tommy. Let's do one of those face morphing.
Yeah.
Things
Okay. So,
dude, young Tommy Lee Jones and Josh Hartnett look so much.
Now, then, here's a real question: who's hotter? Who's more of a heartthrob?
You know,
T. Jones or?
I think of Tommy Lee Jones as an old man now. It's hard to.
But
I think he looks like an old man in this too.
It was cool to see him.
It's like the Robert Forrester when we watched Medium Cool.
He's
it's hard to not think of
a handsome
them
guy,
in the older way.
I think he's like Tommy Lee Jones is like hot how like a hound dog is hot.
Okay, I'll say this. Josh Hartnett is hotter.
Like a bulldog.
Yeah, like a hound dog puppy. Just like fucking.
His face is like sewn together.
Josh Hartnett has my vote because we got to see him in that movie where he decides to stop jerking off for a month.
40 days and 40
So we know
nights.
more. We know more about him.
Yeah,
I'll
true.
give Jones the vote because he looks the same with and without wrinkles.
He's ageless.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is really breaking news fucking discussion. I'm glad we're getting into this. Yeah, Josh Hartnett, he wasn't in this movie, but he's definitely worth
Spiritually there.
Tommy Lee Jones isn't in much of this movie either.
No, but he's effective.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he shows up at the end, I like that.
I don't think there's a more badass moment almost ever than when he says, "I'm just gonna,
let me get my gear."
Yeah, I'm going to kill some people.
Yeah.
He's like,
and his wife's like, "Where are you going?" And he's just like, nothing. Doesn't even say a word.
He does
to
not
her.
give a shit.
Because it's fun. Because me and Dylan watched this together, and he's like, he doesn't even talk to his fucking wife, and he says goodbye to his dad.
Yeah.
So I definitely talked about like this like.
They have like
this
that.
weird like they know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. I think he even knows his son is going to do something probably that might kill him.
Right.
But there's definitely this weird thing even with the main character and his son. There's like this weird father-son connection, this macho connection. I think that like is there. You know what I mean? This like I don't know how to explain it, but there's just this theme of like father-son relationship.
Oh, for sure,
You know?
because the whole first act of this movie is kind of him and Cliff and their friendly battle over his son. Yeah.
Old school Texas machismo.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I think you know, the Raines knows that he's not right. He knows something's not right with him. And I think maybe he thinks his son could help him, you know, so he wants to keep this connection and it gets taken away from him. And that might trigger, you know, this revenge. Well, that's what triggers this revenge thing.
But even after that, he's still super cold. Like even in like the hospital room after, like he like has his hand chopped off.
I think because he knows the answer what he's going to do in that spot.
Yeah,
he doesn't talk to the cops. He just, you know, he trains how to use his claw.
Yeah.
You know, he picks up cigarettes and it is getting used to not having a hand, which is fucking badass.
Yeah, some of the stuff in here is pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
I think it's badass. It just needs it's a little dry.
Yeah,
you know, it needs a little bit of style. But I understand they're trying to go
small
for the
style
detached.
that is there. I fucking love though.
Yeah,
the chanting. I wish they had the chanting through the whole shootout at the end.
Man, that would have been awesome.
Build up of just like. That like
the Viet Cong
chants and
like
he's
his
just,
like nightmares.
He's getting his like shotgun ready and it's just like it's fucking intense. I think the flashback scenes when he's like in his bed trying to sleep and it's just like flashbacks is fucking very effective. The whole thing where he's talking to that Cliff, the other cop who's dating his wife, basically.
Yeah. He's there. Cliff knows he's a threat. He's like, I don't know why you don't come after me with a tire iron.
Yeah, and like Cliff like doesn't know how to talk to him
nobody does.
Yeah, and it's kind of like dumbing down his experience. Like I thought it was funny. It's that they're like, here's some money, here's a car. We don't know what to do for you.
Yeah, when his wife,
even
when his wife tells him that she's with another man, she's like,
dude,
aren't you gonna say
getting
anything?
cuckolded, and he's just like, all right.
Yeah,
what?
Okay.
That movie is unintentionally funny. It's like the guy sleeping with his wife while he was away.
Cuckold.
Yeah,
Cuck style. Cuck style.
But totally vapid, emotionless.
Oh, I think Jordan thought we were talking about alt-right shit, like alt-right.
Yeah, that's what I think.
No,
okay.
cuckolding
this is
like,
just a meme term that's like crossed over
we're talking
with
about
internet
like
dweebs.
porn terms.
Okay. Okay.
No, classical.
Well,
this is an
alt-right,
actual term.
I know. No, I know.
Yeah.
Alt-right use it as like
they use the porn
Being
term as something
exposed.
that's racist. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, shout out to Spencer Hazard for cucks.
I was actually gonna be like, hey man, listen. I talked about something you like.
He's like, oh sure, I'll tune in.
Yeah, go to minute 32. Got it. That's all I needed. This movie's unintentionally funny though. The
It didn't make
what
me
the
laugh.
criminals go after. It made me laugh because I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
This guy has no emotion. I know it's like, it was just dumb.
Well, I don't think it's like
What's $2,500 in 1970?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it
A
probably
lot, but
is
still not
more,
enough to
but-
kill a little kid and a wife.
well, that shit
yeah, but
happens.
people have
And then they
killed
go to
people
Mexico
for
with
less
it.
in movies.
Yeah,
you know?
then they go to Mexico and they're
Yeah.
probably billionaires.
I just think
That's what we were
they're kind
joking
of
about.
dumb anyway, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's why
they're
the movie's
clowns.
partially
Yeah.
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, I wish it's kind of built up on the villains because I think there's something about like this sweaty fucking greasy Texan dude.
Dude, that guy was dripping.
Yeah, he's just dripping sweat, wiping his brow, and he's just like, yeah.
I didn't find them scary at all.
No,
That's like,
no.
if they were, I think I would have thought that was way
No,
more
I thought he was going to
effective.
take him out any
I thought
second.
they were really
I thought he was going to
stupid.
dismantle him.
I think it needed to develop that gang more, maybe, and to make them. Give them more of a motivation other than, well, I guess, they want money, but I just didn't feel like it was strong enough.
They reminded me of extras in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Yeah.
Like
It's very,
really
very thin.
dumbass.
Yeah, very thin villains.
I thought
and
the one villain, I went back and checked. I thought it was the guy from Tourist Trap.
it looks like him.
but it's
looks
not.
like Chuck Logan.
but
yeah.
it was Chuck Connors.
Who's Chuck Logan?
I don't know.
The only one that had any potential depth was the other guy that was from had also served in
the
Vietnam.
other vet. Yeah.
Right.
It was like,
Yeah. You can't get me.
And then there's that weird shootout with Cliff too.
Yeah, he goes in.
yeah.
He investigates.
Kind of sidetracks.
Yeah, he
the
gets
main
into
story.
deep and finds out
Yeah.
how big their, I don't know, little entourage really
Yeah,
is.
and
It's
And I think the shootout though is just like I don't even know if those guys are the whole building has to do with that gang. I think they're just like killing people that happen to be in the same building as the main bad guy.
yeah,
You mean
they're
at the
ruthless.
Yeah.
They don't need motivation. They're just bad guys for the sake of being bad.
Oh yeah.
Just like the death. Just like
our
yeah.
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the fucking line though when he's talking to Cliff. He's making Cliff tie him up like the Viet Cong did,
Oh, yeah.
and he says you learn to love the rope, and it's so fucking scary
And hot.
and hot in our whole discussion of cuck.
It's funny because it is like he's trying to get that sensation back.
Oh,
he's
yeah, he
like
wants
he's
to be back
He's
in
so
the-
numb. He wants
Yeah,
to feel something again.
institutionalization.
Yeah.
and like
They
the
didn't
whole
talk about that.
Yeah.
They could have.
yeah,
well, they
more of
don't
a thing.
talk about anything on
True.
purpose
Yeah.
though, because he is so detached. He doesn't. I was kind of surprised he even brought that up. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
in that conversation with Cliff, but
I felt like he was trying to hype him, like psych the guy out, like kind of freak the guy out.
Oh,
scare,
yeah.
scare him.
Yeah.
Okay.
because that's the guy that
yeah.
scolded his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. What was I gonna say?
Casual.
I keep on getting keep getting cucked out of here. I keep losing my spot. Well, when did this movie come out?
1977.
Was it the first movie after Taxi Driver?
Isn't Taxi Driver 76? So
Yeah,
Is it his first movie after Taxi Driver?
Yeah. So there's definitely things that feel like
Feels like a rough draft.
like loner.
Yeah.
Psycho.
This William Devane, the lead guy, I was looking at his IMDb, and he like kind of for a time was typecast into like army major roles. I saw a bunch of those.
I thought he was really
American G.I. Joe look.
Yeah. Like square jaw, but I think he was good in this. I think he played that cold, like shocked person. Yeah. I think his role was effective. I love. I love just these lines. You learn to love the rope. I like the song When I Was Alive, and like he just considers himself.
Okay,
fucking
that is
dead.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you like that? How he completely took advantage of that girl that tagged along?
Well,
what's her name?
Yeah.
I don't remember a character name. Linda Haynes is
her name's like Lori or something.
Yeah.
And he just keeps sending her into these shady fucking bars.
Why doesn't she learn?
Yo, look for Fat Ed, and I'll come in and help.
She's kind of lived that life where she's just led into these shitty situations every time, and she kind of does. We learn a little bit about that. But through typical dialogue. But
that's the thing. I was thinking this too. Like would it? Her character wasn't needed. Was it to like humanize her, because I think it was effective that Travis Bickle didn't have really anybody,
right.
I think that's they
use the Jodie Foster character in the similar kind of role,
but like I feel like that's that worked out better. There's these scenes where they try to humanize him, which I think counteracts what they're trying to go for.
Yeah, the two movies have the character who's trying to find a legitimate purpose. Yeah, you know what I mean. And when
they're not like they're beyond human now. They feel soulless.
Yeah, Travis Bickle is less is super detached, but a little bit less.
Yeah,
because he sees glimmers of hope in other people every now and then. Like, and then it goes away.
And he just doesn't know how to deal with it.
He doesn't know how to deal with it. This guy just
wants to kill.
He just wants to. He finds a reason to do something, to fight back, and he does it. Yeah.
I mean, I think the scene of him getting ready to do this little war is fucking badass.
That's like the kind of shit Nick likes.
Nick would be, he loves
he likes the prep.
Kevin Bacon shaving his head shit. I think him sawing the fucking shotgun and him like sharpening his fucking hook is sick.
Yeah, and I think Nick really needs to. I think he'd be a lot happier if he just like went ahead and went through with one of these fantasies. It's like falling down scenario. So Nick, if you're
he doesn't like that much anymore now.
So I think what you need to do, Dylan, is just to prod him to get to that point.
Like, hey man,
take his spot in podcasts.
Send subliminal messages to his answering machine.
Yeah, just sort of prod him to get to that point.
I had to snap at him the other day.
It's gonna go postal.
Funny.
Yeah, sometime. When? After every podcast.
We'll talk about it later. No.
Oh well, I mean, he needs good for him. But
Jordan just told him to shut the fuck up. That's all we'll go.
Here's a question.
For no reason, basically.
Who do you guys think would be easier to kill?
Okay.
2002 Josh Hartnett or 1977 Tommy Lee Jones? This is
an
an obvious
Josh
question.
Hartnett.
Yeah.
You can't kill Tommy Lee Jones.
Well,
obvious
Josh
question.
Did he survive Pearl Harbor? and
does anybody remember?
2000 trick question. 2002 Josh Hartnett is just a horny office employee.
Jacking off.
Tommy Lee Jones in 1977 is just like doesn't even care about his wife.
He just walks out to kill.
Neither of
he
them
doesn't even
do.
care about his friend. He's just like, we're gonna go kill people.
Yeah. He doesn't know.
Hold
what the
on,
problem is,
all my
really.
guns are already loaded.
It's so funny because he's
the bag's packed.
I didn't even think about this, but the entire scene, he is literally like not even stopping her, being like, "Wait, I'm good. I'm not here. Just take the money and sit down."
She doesn't exist.
He literally lets her take her clothes off, and he's not reacting at all.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to,
he hears like the him hitting the gun.
He has he's like loading his gun.
While he's getting wanked off.
That's kind of a silly thing to hit your gun to hear it.
Yeah. Like I mean, I think it's super badass to get jacked off and then go kill a bunch of people.
She's like, "Where are you going?"
What the? Yeah, she's
I
like,
gotta
what
kill
the
some
fuck
people.
Are you doing?
It's a dream.
I'm gonna kill people.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
He seems like the most like outwardly fucked up from the beginning of the movie.
He's scarier than I think Reigns is because he has no reason to other than to help his friend.
Yeah.
And I think it's a a little weak how it ended.
Because it just
they're limping out like
that's like the old movie
Yeah.
where they used to do that a lot. I
Yeah.
think where people just don't know what to do and
No
they just
real conclusion.
crossfade.
Yeah. And like goofy fucking like music. It's just like
Yeah. They want everything to sound like inspirational.
It's from the
Fucking lounge
beginning of the
music.
movie, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
okay.
some
Same
San
music.
Antonio song, something with
Sucks
Yeah.
in the beginning though
Well,
too.
that might be a thing too, where it's kind of like ironic or funny that they're using like this nice music
Yeah.
for that.
I think this movie benefits from knowing Paul Schrader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of how I can kind of
Hardcore is like this too.
I can kind of like understand his like mentality behind it and like integrate it into the movie that may make themes and ideas work more that aren't there.
I don't think he likes this movie actually.
Oh, really?
I think he says it got ripped up. He says this is a movie against fascism that turned into a fascist movie.
Okay. I could see that.
So,
well, it's like all the people he used to complain about, all the people saying Travis Bickle's me, blah blah blah, and he's like, "That's bad." Yeah, you know what I mean. You don't want to be him.
Okay, I'm gonna Nick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a perfect conversation
Nick
for
puts
Nick.
himself in those shoes.
Wait, his profile picture is Travis Bickle on like Instagram, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
God damn it!
Christ.
Yeah, Paul Schrader.
Has that man ever held a gun that wasn't in his mouth?
Oh, he just texted me and says, "Don't go to school tomorrow." Dude, no,
shut up.
I'm just kidding.
Most tasteless meme.
But so Dylan, what'd you think about this movie?
I'm honestly pretty apathetic. I can't really say I give a shit to watch this movie again.
Okay.
It was entertaining. Like I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 2.5.
Well, you said you had another.
Oh yeah, easily like
Josh Hartnett wasn't in it.
9 skulls out of 30.
So you guys just do the math and figure out what his rating was.
If you're good at converting fractions, you'll be.
What
alright.
about you, Jordan?
I enjoyed it for the most part. I
Yeah.
thought, it built up enough. It was dry, but I could see what it was doing, and I liked that. I think if I went in a little blind, I went in pretty blind, but I understand like the mentality of the writer, like I said, that I think it gave me enough to enjoy this. So I would give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
I would agree with Jordan. I kind of like it. I think some of the stuff works like a lot, and then some of it to me doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
So
Could be an awesome short film.
I'd give it a 3 as well.
Yeah. With me, I get in such stages with these. I think these movies, like their exploitation. These 70s like crime movies have so much like grit and shittiness to them that there's like this this feeling, and I sometimes I like that feeling. I like to feel like shit. So I'd give it a 3.5. I like John Flynn's other movie, The Outfit, which with Robert Duvall is pretty cool. Same idea. It's just the guy killing people for these people. People stole money from him. They didn't. This was actual cash. They didn't steal silver dollars. But yeah. So and then he did Bestseller with James Woods, which is fucking like this goofy buddy hitman movie with James Woods and Brian Dennehy. And there's a
Tommy Boy's dad. Is that
yes. And there's a stupid fucking chase scene of Brian Dennehy chasing a taxi, this fat out of shape taxi driver for like 10 blocks and not being able to catch him in. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so he makes these like dirty, gritty 70s action movies, and there's something to him, this flavor that I like. So yeah, I'd give it a 3.5.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's kind of like, to me, it's not something that's uniquely cool, but this is the type of movie I can throw on any time.
And
it's
there's-
just
it's
not
short- it's
necessarily
pretty
this
short,
one.
too.
I think it
Yeah.
should be shorter.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
enough like
Yeah.
depth and character that's
Yeah.
interesting, which they should have focused on more, other than what they have. So yeah, 3.5. Well, okay. Here's a little segment we should do.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is the end of the revenge thing anyway.
Yeah, this is the end of
so-
revenge.
Ooh.
So here's a segment. What do you think Nick would give these movies?
Oh yeah, this is
yeah.
great.
We cannot predict because he will go against whatever we say no matter what.
I'd say Sympathy'd probably give a
2. Yeah, I think a 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1.5.
like the
1.5.
violence
I
Everything
think,
else.
I think a 2 might be a little.
1.5.
Really?
That's so extreme.
He gave Lady Snowblood a 2 or
Yeah.
2.5. I don't remember.
I think he gave it a 2. There's like a rough 2 in there.
Okay.
I
A
think,
respectful 2, which wasn't respectful if I
yeah,
remember.
I was like, man, you're so respectful. But I think he would love Rolling Thunder.
I think out of the movies,
I think he would too, but saying this to me, he would just
still
go
think
against. I really do think he's.
I think he would go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Maybe just a 3, depending on how he felt. Like
if he
mood
loves
on
that
it.
last scene, that would easily make it more than worth it to him because he
that's
can
true.
pick out like 5 seconds of a movie and love it for that
Well,
reason.
I think that last scene is definitely fun
I think
and
that's
exciting.
I think that's the best part.
Yeah.
without a doubt. It's awesome. I'm excited when Tommy Lee Jones just fucking says that line. I loved it.
Yeah.
But did you see the last 2 movies? Did you ever see Lady Snowblood or what else?
In
did
the
we do?
bedroom.
In the bedroom?
No.
He saw that one in the bedroom movie, but it had to do with cucking.
yeah. And it was on a website.
Skinamax.
All right. Well, then with you three or you guys, what do you think about with all 4 movies?
Man, that's hard.
Revenge is bad.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Revenge?
It's bad.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But
I can
mean,
understand
I can't
it,
say
but-
I wouldn't do it. I never got pushed to that point. I might be a monster deep down inside.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you never know until you're pushed that far. So
don't take okay, here's the thing. If someone breaks my glasses,
Ooh.
I go fucking Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
that's different.
Yeah.
I can't see without my glasses.
So Jake Andy, fucking shout out. He would just try to fight me and just take my glasses off, knowing that it would piss me off. So
Yeah, Shake thinks I'm going to be crawling around for my glasses in the middle of a street and get ran over one day.
I'd kill a human being. Just saying.
just leave it at that.
I don't.
Just
good night.
saying. I
put on the
definitely
list,
would.
probably.
And
Yeah.
my mom always said that kind of thing too, and I always kind of admired that about her. If
Yeah.
anybody tried to harm her family, she'd have no qualms. Whatever.
You're not gonna feel good after.
I'd regret it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'd feel,
It's
I
not
don't want to
bringing
hurt
anybody
a human
back.
being.
Yeah, it's not.
But I also
actually
don't give
helping
a shit.
anything.
Yeah.
I'd still do it. I don't care.
I think I think we run on very similar tracks where it's just more I don't want to speak for you, but more of an emotional response. I respond emotionally more than say logically.
I'm just saying, if someone killed my daughter,
Yeah.
I would totally go after them.
I think if yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I understand why somebody would want to do it, but I don't think that means it's right.
No,
It
it's
doesn't.
not. It's not right. But
And-
it's not a question of morality. It's a question of love.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
the government doesn't let us decide these
Yeah.
things, which
Yeah.
is good.
It's like that dad, that dad that when everybody found out that that dad's daughter had been molested and raped by that teacher, whatever, that karate instructor, or was it it was his son had been molested and raped by this karate instructor, and then as the guy's walking out, he shot him in the head, and they
Whoa.
didn't convict him for it because it was
Well,
I
what
don't
was
know.
the reasoning that they didn't convict him?
because I don't know, it was justifiable.
They're
justifiable homicide, I believe.
Yeah. I mean,
Guy-
I never heard of that.
By
guy-
the law,
the guy
you wouldn't think it
traumatized
would
his
be.
son.
oh
but-
no,
yeah.
he should be in jail.
The guy traumatized his son. But
Yeah.
yeah, teach his own.
Yeah. Peaches, the teaches of peaches or something like that. Yeah. So what would you put? What was your ranking?
I'd say In the Bedroom was definitely the best
Mhm.
for me.
Damn, this is hard for me.
And Sympathy for
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Vengeance, Lady Snowblood, Rolling Thunder. I think
Yeah.
that's my list.
I think I would, because I think I gave In the Bedroom and
You gave 'em
Sympathy
both?
for both 5s.
Oh yeah, you did give
said,
it.
you
Yeah,
said,
I'm like
you gave a 5 last time too. You're like, this is the first 5.
Oh, did I?
I think you did.
Oh wow, I do love In the Bedroom, so
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't remember ratings were shit.
Yeah, and ratings don't
Because
mean
they're
fucking shit.
arbitrary. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Drew Carey told me the fucking whose line is it anyway? Points don't matter or whatever the fucking thing is.
I was on Drew Carey's Facebook today, a few hours ago.
Really?
Don't ask me why. I don't really know.
What's he up
You were
to?
looking up.
Looking
You on
old.
that show?
You were
Look,
trying to
knocking
find
on
Mimi's
death's door.
Facebook.
I think I was tagging him in something Cleveland related.
That's so funny. Oh, the Drew Carey show. I was like, why is he famous again? No. Speaking of good-looking people, Mimi.
Poor Mimi.
What's
And-
she? Oh, I gotta write this down in my fucking notes. What's Mimi up to these days?
Track down Mimi, kill her.
She's probably a weekly
Revenge.
contestant on The Price is Right or something.
Mimi, if you're out there and you kill my family, that'd be a good movie.
I feel bad for Mimi.
Why? She was rude. She never gave Drew a fucking chance.
She was probably rude because people always talk shit
Yeah.
on how she dressed.
That's true.
And her
she
makeup.
was weird. She was weird.
It was cool though. If I remember correctly, she fell in love with Drew's brother on that show.
Yeah.
Who was
Who is trans, I believe.
Yeah, well,
was
he a
yeah,
was
there
he,
was something weird, like, not
I think
weird,
he was
but
just
like,
a cross-dresser.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
But-
if he identified as a woman or not.
You know what? He might have completely went
wow.
there.
I
can't remember either.
I can't say I've watched the Drew Carey show from start to finish,
Fuck.
so I don't know.
Wow.
I got it on DVD if you want.
Did he really?
No. Fuck no.
the gold box edition.
Who else is on that show?
There's just mustard all
Oh,
over
his
it.
friends like
Dietrich
Hank.
Botter.
What's his friend's name? Hank or
Well, the guy from Whose Line Is in It? Ryan.
The tall guy.
Ryan
Yeah,
Stiles.
yeah.
Ryan Stott. Oh, man.
well,
he's
the
so
guy
funny.
with the
or whatever.
the guy with the black hair.
God, I can't
version
believe
of
we're talking
Ryan
about
Yeah,
this
how did
shitty
we get
show.
on this?
Well,
Sorry, it's my fault.
I would rank In the Bedroom, Lady Snowblood, Mr. and then
Rolling Thunder.
yeah, Rolling Thunder.
okay, so what about Drew Carey episodes?
I
The mu- they
couldn't.
have- I hated the musical
Imagine
episodes.
being a purist and just loving that show.
You know what? I think I could
Cleveland
watch
Rock.
that today. I do. I think
Well,
I could
you-
watch
Yeah,
an
but if
episode.
that was your favorite show, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Well, come on. I would never pick a.
Jordan is a person who fucking watched all of Roseanne in like
Yeah,
like
I
a
think
couple
Roseanne
months.
is a way
Did you
better
actually?
Well, I don't know, but this is what I did.
Maybe his,
This is-
his favorite season of The Last.
Fuck that season.
Well, isn't
But-
that like a
Wait,
dream?
what happened
This
in
is-
the Oh man, the dream sequence
Oh
where they
my-
get
they're
where
rich.
they're rich.
I could.
And they just buy like 1,000 gallons of drums of pork rinds. Is that what they do?
They have a dream
American
because
Giant.
Dan died. It was very sad.
Wait,
Oh,
John
John
Goodman?
Goodman.
Yeah, he
Oh,
dies, and they have a
fuck.
dream that he never died.
You think
know?
because he was like he read over the script and he was like, this is fucking stupid.
I'm gonna work with
I'm
the
not
Coen
signing
brothers.
on with this bullshit
I'm
season.
gonna work with the Coen brothers.
I
Fuck
love
this
John
shit.
Goodman no matter what
Oh,
show's
yeah.
on.
John
I could put
Goodman
on any
rules.
sitcom to sleep. That's how I roll. And Roseanne was one of them. Saved by the Bell. You know,
It's about
Dinosaur-
frying your brain.
What about
sleeping with sitcoms?
Dinosaurs,
Dude,
it teaches me
you know
about
what?
life.
You know what? We get the corgi to like shut up. Emily puts on this British show, something Abbey,
Downton
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Downtown Abbey.
I like Downton Abbey.
Dude,
I know it's like
The
an
theme
old
song
person
is
show,
like-
but
in my
People love it.
REM sleep cycles, and it's like it's seriously
Hell yeah.
drives me
we were
insane.
just talking about like alarms and like
The
songs.
Downton Abbey
being
guy is
alarms.
doing a J.R.R. Tolkien biopic.
is that who's doing Julian
Oh yeah,
Fellows?
Professor McGonagall's. In
I know
that.
it's. I don't know exactly.
That
I
might
don't know if
not
it's the
be him.
showrunner, but I know it's somebody involved in Downton Abbey.
Now, can we
Nice.
talk about important things like the TV show Dinosaurs, where that last
That's
episode?
that's makes me a wreck. They're
erect.
watching. They're all sitting around the.
It makes you a wreck, not erect.
Yeah, a wreck.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, it's fucking. They watched to death.
Yeah, they're watching it as they know it.
Dude, it's dark.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very, very
but-
all
deep
these
stuff.
sitcoms are
That's the
fucking
saddest
dark.
sitcom season finale I've ever seen. Not the mama.
Except for Don't Hug
Wait,
Me,
is
I'm
that
scared.
actually how it ends?
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, they
Fuck.
watched the asteroid crush.
They're watching on
Damn.
news. They're like the news guys, like,
and then like
Jesus
they're like in a
Christ.
couple hours, you know, the dust storm or the dust cloud will come up, and the baby's like, "Not the mama."
Dude, that's some like serious. Like the writers were probably like
they're brilliant.
very depressed.
Yeah. Oh,
Poor
I'll
dinosaurs.
fucking petition to get that.
Dude, that's heavy.
Yeah. I think that should be remade.
If you ever look up like saddest TV episode ever,
like
always,
number
it's
one.
always number
Is
one.
that on Netflix? I should just check out the last episode.
Fuck.
You
I don't-
gotta, you gotta
Used to
watch
be.
them all.
I think it's. I think at least
It's
that,
probably on
that
something.
season's at least on YouTube because I remember Jordan and I watched it. Yeah, that's
Damn,
really
We
good.
got real derailed, but it was worth it.
Revenge.
What's next time?
Oh yeah, so it's Nick's month. He's not here to announce it, but he did let us know that he's doing.
Choosing Garfield. Every Garfield movie, right?
He's doing Bill Murray in animated movies.
movies. He's doing movies dealing with addiction. Yep. And he chose, what did he choose, Ben?
He chose Barfly and Drugstore Cowboy.
Who did Barfly? Does anybody know?
Mickey Rourke is in it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he like
'Cause
directed.
I know
maybe?
Gus Van
I don't
Sant
know.
did Drugstore Cowboy, which is a good movie. I'm really surprised with this pick from Nick. I think could be a good
It
month.
kind of went a little different because he had different ideas that he
Yeah.
told us, and he kind
Yeah.
of
Barfly
rerouted
was
it.
directed by Barbette Schroeder.
Okay,
I
so but Mickey Rourke's in it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is definitely interesting. So
Yeah.
again, Jordan, what's the email?
Anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
So yeah, if people want to give us suggestions or talk, do we have any bonus episodes coming up?
I don't think so, but we were also talking about we'd be willing to do random bonus episodes sometimes, not really on schedule
Yeah.
if we have something worth doing a bonus episode for. So
Yeah.
if anyone has any cool ideas that they want us to do, just email anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
And thanks, Dylan, for
thanks, Dylan.
filling in.
Thanks for having me.
I like talking to you about.
It was a good time. But
Cooking.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, you brought definitely a
I didn't
nice
think
spin.
of that at all.
I'm no Nick, but hopefully he'll be back
I know
soon.
you watched the movies.
So, all right. Thanks for listening.